Hi, Dave Snyder here. It is January the 10th, 2013, I do believe. That's what it is. Okay, so here is the biggest impact crater on the planet Earth, right here. Marianas Trench. I don't know about the biggest, but it's the most obvious. It's a big one, definitely. There's a big one here too, as you can see. Big one there. Probably bigger in this. Well, I don't know. They're about the same size, I guess. I mean, the same thing hits them every time, so here's what you got. This is the Mare Oriental crater on the moon, reversed over the Earth. And the application put this in place. I did it right on the screen on a video I made, a couple videos down on my channel. It's, like 3 videos down or something like that. I did this right on screen. Everybody saw me put it in place. The application, or actually saw the application put it in place. And then I've gone over it again, but I want to go over it just from the beginning of the video because the other ones comes up in the end of the video. But this is a perfect overlay. What I've noticed first when we put this down was this one here. This is what it put this right in place, right there. That's right where it goes apparently, because everything else goes in the right place. And you see this. You see this up here. This big line right here. This line that comes across this big channel right here. Okay, well that is what you see. It comes across. It starts right here and comes all the way and stops right there. That's where it's supposed to stop, right there. Okay, maybe it goes a little over that, but it's the right spot. It goes right there. And then you see. Next thing I noticed was just the pattern down here. Australia. Let me turn the borders on here so you can see. Come on now. I gotta wait again. Hold on. Okay, so here's Australia. That's what I looked at next, and I mean you can see. Look at Australia. Watch when I fade this in and out. Oh boy. Look at this all up here. You see this? Look at that right here. This area right here. Fits right in there. You see this big crater right here? See that? Look at that right there. You need a big screen to see this. If you don't have a big screen, I really suggest you get one. Okay, then you see this right here with this part of Australia right here. This kind of indents right there. You see that? Right there. That would create that, I would think. And then I can see faintly the outline of this right here. You can see that right there. Okay, and they don't show you much detail over here, but I mean, and then you go around the rest of the picture. I mean, you can see how the borders. I didn't have the borders on when I aligned this, or when we snapped this down. I didn't have the borders on. I turned the borders on the following day, and that's what they look like. I mean, they just fit right across, right around there, right? And you can look at all the Asia. Look at Japan up here. Japan right on the edge of the crater, which is why they have all the earthquakes, right? The Sea of Japan. Look at the center of this. Beautiful. And then look at these lines up here. Watch this. Look at these shapes right here. Wow. All the way up. All the way up. And you can see this. I mean, it takes a little practice to look at it, but really, once you get it, I mean, look, if you were to get this picture off the internet, like I did, this picture of Mare Oriental Basin, and flip it over, and then if you just hit this button right here and choose this spot right here, it should put it in place. I would think it would. It did it for me. It does it for me all the time, and it probably, if you're in the right spot, it should put it down in the right spot. Usually does. And that looks like the right size to me as well, since everything over here is fitting right here. This is all in place. This is all in place, all fitting. I mean, just beautifully. And then, I mean, you can see this. Look at this right here. This area right here. You can see this curve right here. Watch. See that? It took me a long time to find this little spot right here. I mean, I found it some other times, but I wasn't too sure if I was, had it in the correct spot. But this, I think, it's pretty much in the correct spot. You can see Indonesia and all that stuff down there. Pretty good. You see this shape right here. Look at how that is. I mean, you got to remember, these areas are hundreds of miles, So you got to figure that into. You think that it wouldn't leave a perfect print, but if it's 300 miles or 400 miles across, then it's gonna leave a print that's gonna be close. That's 500 miles right there. So, you know, it's gonna leave that shape. It might be off a little bit or a mile or two, but I mean, it's gonna leave that shape. These little areas are, you know, like 100 miles from there to there. So, definitely gonna see a print from that thing, from it. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna turn on the weather, turn the borders off here, and we're gonna go through the weather in really close detail, because the weather is it confirms. It's the confirmer. This is how you can want to confirm. Sometimes I just use the weather to find these. This is how I found many of my overlays or the impacts actually happened, because I've seen a circular shape in the weather or whatever. There's all kinds of patterns you see in the weather that you'll start to recognize, right? And those, when you see this, you'll know what I'm talking about. But let's take a look at this first. This looks like it's going to turn into something here. And just look at how it fits over the Earth or over the moon. Look at this. Okay, look at these lines. Look at these lines all up here. How they just are all at the right angle, stop in the right place, everything. Look at this. How this kind of has that line there. You see. That's a beautiful. That's a perfect overlay right there. Look at this right here. I like that little spot right there. You can see real good. You can see this little round area there. Watch the clouds there. Nice. This line, all that line is there. This line here. Very nice. Okay, and then you can just go around the whole picture and look at all of this weather. Look at this spot here. See that peak on the moon right there? See the peak? That's a high peak right there, and you see it falls right in that bright spot right there. And you can see there's a round area that it fills in right there. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that or not. You need a big screen to see it. But here you go. This part fits right in there. Look at this. How this big round part is. See how the weather is round right there. Okay. And a lot of people see those harp rings and stuff like that. And I'm thinking sometimes they're not harp rings, because the weather shows a lot of circular patterns all the time. But this goes right here, as you can see, it goes there. And these little detail areas, like I want to show this area right here. Look at these clouds right here. Watch. Look at it. Fill that. See that angle shape right there? This line comes up and comes down, and then this line comes across there. It fills it in perfectly, right up to these little rough edges right here. Look at that. Isn't that something? And you see these lines come off, these really light clouds here. Look at that. Look at this little spot right here. And you come over here, you should probably be able to see this angle right here pretty well. Yeah, you see how it comes, this strip of clouds, it's real light, you can see. Look at that. Right here. This little spot here. Look at that weather fit there. And then right in that little notch right there, you see, stop right there at the line. Come up here where this curve is. See the curve. How it comes out the back. All beautifully. Very nice. This little curve here will be there. See that? Okay. Up here should be a few things, I'm sure. Look at how it whips down. Look at that. That's really nice too. Some days are better than others, but you know, if you know what you're looking at, once you get used to looking at this, you'll see what happens. Over here. Look at that. That is nice. Okay, well that's it. I just wanted to show that. Oh, well, how about this one more thing? Just one more thing here. Okay, so yesterday I showed in a video, I showed Copernicus hitting right here. Okay, and oh shoot, what happened? Okay, no, not that one. This one. Nope. This one. Nope. Must be this one. That one. Okay, so I realigned it a little bit. I found this area. I finally found the area that I was looking for, that I was kind of searching for in the first video. This part right here. See this little line right here? So when I got that up, I got that lined up pretty good. See that? That's in the Arctic. This is a really good alignment right here. And then what you can see is the big crater up here. Look at this big crater. Now watch. Look at this right here. This crater that's on the moon. I can't remember the name of it, but this one right here is created by the same. It hits the same place on the Earth and is created by the same thing on Earth. Look at all the patterns on the moon, all around the moon, are all from hitting the same areas of the Earth. Absolutely are. There's that big. Look at that big crater up there, and then everything fit. You see this line right here? It starts to come through. See how it goes through that crater? Starts to, and then they cut you off. But look at it; it continues up like that. Well, that's because this is an image from Google Moon, and they look how bland it is. It's totally. They'd leave everything out of it just for that reason, because it's in the same program as, and you would be able to do this. But look at this shape right here, like heart looking shape there. Look at that. Okay, so that goes there. Anyways, I took this away, and I looked at I got this lined up, and I looked it over again, and you look at the ocean floor here. Look at the ocean floor. Look at the lines coming out of this spot right here, all from this spot out this way, fanning out all around. And you look at Copernicus, and you can just see. Then you come up here, California. Wait till you see California. I want to show you the weather with this before I forget too. Okay, so the weather with this one. Now this one's a little tricky. Well, the weather changed, so maybe it won't be. All right, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that right there. Look at this right here. Watch. Oh wow. Created by. That's the same thing. Now this edge gets off a little bit. You see how it's off a little bit because it's on the edge of the curve. But you can see that that's the same created from this spot on the moon. Absolutely is. Wow. Huh. But you get over here, then you can see this stuff all centers out pretty right. You know, you can see this up here. Look at the weather in here. Look at this right here, this area. Look at it fit in there. Oh yeah, very nice, very nice. Back it off, just check it out overall, and you can see that right there is amazing right there. That is amazing. So actually, you can see we can take this and fade this out and see right where that weather is. Oh, look at that. Texas is getting just beat up, or what, Louisiana, or whatever that is over there. Oh boy, that is bad. That looks really bad. Whew. But then you can see, like you see how that weather's shaped, and you take this back up here, and if it was flatter. See what it is this is cut off. This is just not the whole round moon, so I don't have this edge. So what it does is it messes up this edge of the picture. If I had like from this point of the picture up, it would be better. But you can clearly see what's shaping that weather right now in North America, in the United States, right here. That weather right there is shaped by the moon right there. Right there, that spot. Right here with this, you see the shape of it? Look at it. See the same shape right here. This big thing right here, that's this. So that's pretty incredible. Now I don't want to forget to show you California here, because I was checking this out last night, and I'm from California, and this is just beautiful. You're just gonna love this. Okay, California, right here. Okay, so first of all, we can just start right here above California, up there in Oregon. I do believe this is in Oregon, and you see that round spot right there, and you see right here, the spot. Right there, that's from that. There you go. Now you can look at the Sierras, and wow, there's the Sierras, and there's the Sacramento Valley right there, and the San Francisco. This is the Delta area right here. Look at this. Look at the valley. Let me zoom in a little more here. Right here. Look at this. This is the valley. Right down below. Look at that. Oh man, that is just beautiful. And then you got Yosemite, which is right here, right on the edge of this dark black area. Look at this. Yosemite's right there. I would say that has something to do with the creation of all of that, everything. And then you got the Grand Canyon over here in the same picture. So I'm sure, I mean, you can see, look at that's the Grand Canyon. See that bright spot? And it's the same shape even. Look at that, same shape. Okay. I mean, this goes here. Oh man, does it go here? And then you see this spot right here where it just happens. You can see. Look at the blast pattern right there. Look at that. That is something else. You can see all of California there, though. Really good. whole valley, everything, all the way down. You see this shape right here, this kind of shape, right, this weird shape. This looks like a face of a dog or something, like a wolf. Nose, eyes, ears, or whatever. There you go. Don't want to make it any longer. Don't want to bore you or anything like that. Let me see what I got. I had something over here too. Let me bring up that other picture right here. See this right here? That spot right there? That's the same thing that it hits the same, whatever that creates this, where it hits on Earth, is the same thing that makes this right here on this impact. See that? How they match? Pretty close. I mean, I got them almost lined it right up, but it's the same thing. That's like I said, these have hit this spot. This is the side of the moon we see, people. So you know, there's something to think about here. I mean, this is the side of the moon that faces us now. Okay, and look at how dark it is. It's the last side. It is the last side that hit the Earth. It is the last part of the moon that hit the Earth. All the sides of the moon have hit the Earth. But this, where you see the dark areas, because all the other ones have been covered. Not all the way covered, but covered a lot by this big impact, which was not just one little spot like this. This whole thing is one big impact. The whole dark area right here you see. So think about that. This mare imbrium is one that hit by itself too. I imagine that's the outline of one that hit in a like centered and hit, you know, pretty square, because you can see it's a big circle. Because that's normally the size of the impacts you see by the moon. The crater at least is about that size. So I mean, look how big the moon is in this picture. You just seen how perfect it fit everywhere. California. I mean, how can it not be to scale, right? I mean, this is not a NASA image, but how can it not be to scale when you see California fit that good, right? All right, so have a good day. Think about that. Check it out yourself. All right, have a good one.